I am so excited to finally be able to do part 2 of this vlog series. I was heating up my dinner and I looked around and realized that nobody was home, which is perfect conditions to film a new video because I can be as loud as I want and it's really great. The last time we saw each other, I gave kind of an introduction video for this channel. And this go around, I wanted to share a little bit about the story so far. What I'm hoping and believing that the end of the story will be is me in New York planting a church. In 2014, I graduated from the University of Texas, Huckam Horns, and I started working as a teacher. First year is hard. If you have ever been a teacher, you know that it is exhausting for a lot of reasons. Your mind is going all the time. Anyway, second year was so much fun. I had the best coworkers. I had a sweet class and it was just really great. But the second year, I kind of started getting this feeling about leaving Austin. And so when this feeling started kind of popping up, it was a little like restless. It was a little confused because it was like, well, where else would I want to be? So then in 2016, I started my third year of teaching, which at that time I did not know would be my last year of teaching. I went to a Hope group and we had a guest speaker talking about a mission trip that was going to happen soon to New York City. Our church had done that trip before, so I was kind of like listening in and out. But then he shared that one of the reasons why they were going was because they were dreaming and hoping about planting a church in New York City. In all of the years that they had done this trip, I had never heard them talk about that, which makes me wonder if it was like the Holy Spirit prompting him to share that. Why then? Anyway, he shared that and it was like a light switch flipped on. I didn't know what to do with this new information, you know, when it was going to happen, if it was going to happen. Not really if, because I felt very certain that it was, but when was the big question. I was still struggling with this job and wondering what I was supposed to do. Come April, I kind of just really sat down with the Lord and I said, okay, what am I supposed to do? And I felt like he said, quit. And when he said that, I felt just total peace from my head to my toes, just total peace. So I quit and I went to go work at a bakery and it got me through a really tough time because I mean, you do feel a little aimless for a while because I thought I was going to be teaching forever, but I still had planning a church in New York. When I pressed into that, I felt like the Lord said 3 years. Now, that was in summer 2017. Yeah, it is now fall 2019, and here's what has happened in that time. The church that I was a part of that wanted to plant the church in New York no longer exists. It was merged with another church, and so the person that was going to be dreamt about planting the New York church left, which was kind of like and it kind of made me wonder if it was even going to happen at all. Also in that time, I was looking for a new place to live, felt like the Lord highlighted this certain area of the city, and I was like, God, there's no way I could afford to live there. The very next day, a friend posts on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for a roommate. My apartment is in this area, which is the area that the Lord highlighted to me. Yeah. If you're interested, contact me. And I was like, oh my gosh. What I found out was that she also wanted to move to New York, which was so important because at that point I just had a ton of friends that want to stay in Austin, which I can't blame them. But when you're wanting to move and you're surrounded by people that want to stay, it's kind of difficult. I fully believe the Lord brought that person into my life, which was really, really sweet. And after we met and started talking about New York, I also kind of felt like I don't necessarily have to be in that area. So I really think the Lord just wanted to bring that friend. The biggest thing that has happened, 2 big things. One is that I got to go on a mission trip to New York. So up until this point, I had never been to New York. The Lord's telling me to move to New York. All I have ever heard about New York is that people love to visit it but would never want to live there. It is what I've heard my entire life. Also that people are really unfriendly and are like always in a rush and blah, blah, blah. And so I went and I loved it. I loved it. I didn't think people were unfriendly at all. The people that I met were really helpful and really kind. And yeah, like people move faster, but like, so what? Like they've got places to go. The sounds and the sights and like the history of it. You know, like you forget how old New York City is. I mean, it is walking, breathing, alive American history, which is so incredible. Seeing the Statue of Liberty for me was probably one of the biggest things, you know, because like you forget that people traveled for months to get to America, right? And then they're like waiting and waiting to see the Statue of Liberty. And can you imagine like that moment when they finally see it? I mean, now thing number 2 that is really big is that the church that we merged with is a really big church planning church. I was sitting down with one of the staff members for lunch, and she just kind of started asking me about my story, and I felt prompted to tell her about New York. And she says, "Do you know that we want to plant a church in New York City?" I did not know that. So she let me know that this church is wanting, as like a movement, is wanting to plant 6 more churches in the next like 18 months, which is in that time frame, you guys. Now, since then, I have like requested to be like on the info list and done all these things. And the thing is that I haven't heard from them, which can be a little like discouraging is the word I'm looking for, discouraging. But things are happening, you know, like not only that, there's another church that I know is really involved with New York. There's also just like a lot of things seeming like it's like that are opening and happening summer 2020 in New York. So something is moving. As of right now, I don't know for certain how I'm gonna get there or who I'm gonna go with. But that's what's happened. So that is the story so far. Thank you for letting me share it with you. And I'm excited to get to share more as more comes up and as more happens. What are we now? October? So 9 months maybe? Is that right? Until summer? So who knows? Who knows? Who knows how he's gonna get me there, but he's gonna get me there. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for following along and for being a part. So, yeah. All right, I will see you guys for the next video. Love you all and take care. Bye.